Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. I haven't done any kind of comment on the new retro collection figures, so I wanted to do that now. So I'm on Hasbro Pulse Instagram, and there's a video as well that I've just noticed as well, so we'll have a look at that. We'll look at that now, firstly. So yeah, I mean, this is... I didn't even watch this announced on the Wednesday. I found out by other people. So I've watched a couple of videos and seen a few comments from Tim from Bosk's Bounty has talked about it. Dean from All Things 80s did a live stream on it the other night. So I watched what he said about it. And then, you know, I'm really torn on it, right? Because I think all the card backs are ridiculously good. But I would not be moving forward for 3 3/4 inch with this. I'm really dead against retros being made for this modern stuff. This is a new show, damn it. And if Kenner were around today, they'd be making figures as they could, the best they could possibly do it. You know, figures like this. I just happened to be reviewing him the other day, the IG-11. That's IG-88, but I had him out for that. But you know what I mean? It's like retros when they first announced them, and I'm looking at a few over there. I do like them, and I like them side by side with their modern equivalent, and I've done that a lot in this carded room, and the more they're pumping out, the harder it is for me to keep up with it, because there's so much. And put on top of that, carbonized card backs as well. It's crazy. Stay there 1 minute. Like with the Armorer, and there's loads of other characters from Mandalorian. You've got 3 now in a row. There's the retro Armorer there. Then you've got the normal standard TVC, which is, well, I say standard, I mean like the most screen accurate equivalent or whatever, which is the best a figure could be, like a Black Series figure would be. And then you've got, oh, that's the wrong one. That's the carbonized Mando, but you get my point. There's a carbonized Armorer as well. So I feel, I'm terrible. I'm throwing my money at these guys at the minute, and they probably, well, it's people like me that are keeping it going. But the thing is, I am a loose collector and a carded collector, so I like to buy the variants because it's just nice. There's something about it when you've got them all together that does look good. But I don't believe the retro collection should be used for this modern stuff, man. Like, it should be used for what used to be like that, and also for stuff that they missed back in the day from that era. For example, Tarkin is a good example of a figure that was good for the retro collection. And then, dare I say, things like the Rebel Fleet Trooper that was never made, or a Sand Trooper from A New Hope, that should be in the retro collection. None of this stuff. And it's upsetting. It's, well, upsetting. Frustrating, right, to see that they are doing more and more and more of it. So obviously they like to do it because, I've bought it, so I'm guilty, how can I stop it? If people like me are spending money on it, they're going to do it. But what I mean is that obviously there's an appeal because people do like the retro or classic vintage looking figures to have loose. I wouldn't be opening these though for my shelves. But also, what's the point I was going to make there? The other thing is that they'll like about it is the fact that it's probably cheaper for them to produce it like that, less points of articulation and stuff. But anyway, having said all of that, that's the moan out the way. The figures are, really nice to look at, and waiting to see the card backs in a minute. You'll really like that. But speaking of which, right, I'm very nervous is the word for the future of the whole line anyway of 3 3/4 inch and figures generally. Cutting back on plastic, getting rid of the bubbles and stuff like that. This is why I feel really frustrated with this line here, because this is 6 figures and 6 card backs wasted when you've got 96 to complete, and then you know what I mean, the 96, that's got to be done. There's loads of outstanding characters that need to be completed and done, and hell, I'm so full in here now. This room is full. Absolutely busting. I've got 4 walls completely full. I'm now spilling out of this room. This is another 6 card backs I've got to find a space for, so it's a nightmare. Anyway, speaking of card backs, let's have a look at the card backs. I shall zoom in. We'll also have a look at a few comments as well. Now, here's the good news with this one. This has been put into the TVC, so there is a modern equivalent of this, or screen accurate, whatever you want to call it. Star Wars TVC. Having said that, though, the actual figure is really interesting because he's done with soft goods, which is good. If it was done with a vinyl cape, I would not like it at all. It's good though, and it's really cool seeing Obi Wan with a blaster as well. Interesting. So you see, I feel very torn by this, because one minute I'm saying I don't want it, and then the next minute I'm saying it looks great. So I don't know where I am, man. It's a nightmare, absolute nightmare. Then you got Vader, and the Vader is also really interesting and appealing because, you know, look at him. He's got the red lenses there. He's got the soft goods cape. They could have potentially made a Vader look like that in 1985, because given they had all those figures. Where is he now? Bear with me a minute. Here he is, Squidhead here. Is it an example of a figure from 1983 onwards that had soft goods? Vader never did, I don't believe. No, he didn't. I know that for a fact. What am I saying? I believe. I know, because, yeah, they kept him on vinyl when they ever reissued him. But they could have and should have maybe done him like that. And now they have. They've given it to you like that, with obviously the red lenses as well, which is interesting. Also, he's got that baton style lightsaber like Luke Jedi had, and Bespin Luke with the yellow for Empire Strikes Back. So that's really interesting. Anyway, and then there's this. This really is bittersweet. Just look how good that card back is. Look how good that card back is, man. And the figure inside is retro, and it does look nice as well. But, you know, he's hoping that they're going to bring out all of this wave in the modern equivalent. But I've got this horrible feeling that they're phasing it out. I hope they're not, because they're crazy, because they have hit an absolute peak. They've made some beautiful figures the last few years. We have given the 6-inch line a run for its money. Figures like this which compete and beat it. So why are they doing this now? They're copping out and giving us this, probably because it suits them, it's cheaper. No idea. And then there's this card back. Look at that one. That's brilliant. The Fifth Brother. What's depressing about the Fifth Brother is the fact that the only other figure you've got of the Fifth Brother is also like this, basic, because it's from the Rebels line. So obviously those figures are done in a more animated style. So I'm really crying out for a proper figure of the Fifth Brother, but we ain't seen it yet, so it's very frustrating. But patience, you never know. I think it could happen. It could happen, but I'm feeling that these are the last waves we're ever going to see with a card and bubble, but that's a separate issue. Again, the figure for something so basic does look very nice, and those lightsabers are crazy. And then this is a great card back as well. The whole wave is insanely good. Absolutely great. I've never seen a wave so good in terms of having 6 pingers, man. Bangers of card backs. And then the figure is interesting because, dare I say, he's actually quite an advanced looking figure for what he is, except, well, you know, if he was in TVC, they'd give him more weathering. Why won't it scroll up? Can't get it to go down, man. Yeah, and also he'd probably have, you know, see around his pelvisy area, they probably have more weathering and gears and cogs and stuff to make it a bit more detailed if it was TVC. But that's it. You know, there's not much more I can say other than I'm very conflicted. I am very conflicted by all of this. And let's have a look and see what these people are saying. Are there any comments here? Love the Fifth Brother. Agreed. It's very nice. We want the vintage collection version. Absolutely. No baby Leia. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know. We'll have to wait. Oh yeah, where's Third Sister? She's not in there. I think that's separate, that Third Sister figure. In fact, if we just very quickly have a look to see if we can find Reva, just like with the other, she looks very basic. Oh, I don't know how to get out of here. Damn it, I wish I hadn't read that comment. It's now mucking up the end of this video. I'm going to leave it there. I can put up a picture of Reva separately. Let me know your thoughts anyway. I have been Only One Kenobi, Only One. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe. I'll be talking some more about this in a future video, of course. But leave your thoughts below and let me know. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only One. Out.